Starts with breaking news.
Douglas County Attorney Don Kleine says an officer will not face charges for the shooting that killed Cameron Ford.
This morning, Kleine addressed the shooting, said Officer Adam Vale was justified in using deadly force.
6 News' Philip Katafamo was at the news conference, has reaction from friends of Ford.
Based on the evidence as we know it to be and the law on the use of deadly force in Nebraska, we find that the use of deadly force by OPD Officer Vale was legal under the laws of use of deadly force in the state of Nebraska.
That was the ruling made Thursday by Douglas County Attorney Don Kleine in the death of 37-year-old Cameron Ford. Ford was shot and killed during the serving of a no-knock warrant at his home near 78th and Reddick in late August.
But at the time the shot was fired, he didn't have a gun. Officer Vale didn't know that. There were things that he reasonably believed that why would a person who's hearing a scream, police officers, wouldn't come out with his hands up, wouldn't comply, and instead charged at him. So he fired the one shot in fear for his life and his fellow officers at the time that this shot was fired.
Friends of Ford say the decision is frustrating.
We had like a modicum of hope that this might come out differently, but we cannot expect justice as long as Don Kleine is at the helm of these investigations.
It's the same old song, repeated over and over. It's like a broken record. And the title of that record is A Broken System.
Lavelle believes it's too early for Kleine to give his findings.
This is incredibly premature for Don Kleine to come out and make these statements when the evidence presented to us by the police chief does not comport with what we heard today.
Lavelle also questioned Kleine's record, comparing this finding to a 2020 case involving the death of James Scurlock. Scurlock was killed by Jacob Gardner during protests in Nebraska 4 years ago. Kleine ruled Gardner had acted in self-defense. A grand jury ruled it was manslaughter. Lavelle believes the two cases are similar.
I feel that's what we're seeing now is Don Kleine make his bias against people known, his bias for police known, that he will co-sign any deadly action they do. He will co-sign any unlawful act they do, and that's not right.
We're going to continue to stand with the family. We're going to continue to be out here doing what we have to do until we get justice, true justice, for Cameron Ford.
Kleine says no new evidence will be presented or submitted when the case goes before a grand jury. For now, they are waiting for Cameron Ford's toxicology report to come back. Reporting in Omaha, Philip Katafamo, 6 News.
We checked in with Omaha Police today. They tell us that Officer Adam Vale will remain on desk assignment until the end of the grand jury trial.